What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new StarCraft 2 video. This one was played at the IEM in Katowice and was in the round of 8 of that tournament, spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Cyber Forest LE, playing with the red Protoss pieces, very well known in the StarCraft 2 pro scene. His name is herO. And his opponent spawning in the cross position, playing with the blue Protoss pieces, we have none other than Deer. So, guys and girls, as I said, this is a best of 5 series that was played at the IEM in Katowice and was within the round of 8 of that tournament, which of course is the quarterfinals of the tournament. And so all these games do matter in the grand scope of things. And when we talk about PvP, what an intense matchup this one tends to be, especially when you talk about the later stages of the game. It generally becomes a very exciting one to watch and just see it, you know, because it's a massive chess match of sorts between Protoss players. And so it should be interesting, to say the least, what both these players decide to do here in the early stages of the game. It looks like we are going to get a double gateway opener out of Deer, and on the opposite side of the map it looks like the exact same can be said for herO. So it generally starts with a double gateways into the cybernetics core, and you'll see at the top left hand of the production tab, you'll notice that the production, you know, as far as the build order is concerned, a lot of times it will be very similar in the early stages of the game when it comes to the PvP matchup. So herO, guys, he's a very fun Protoss player to watch. I really do enjoy watching herO quite a bit, and his opponent with Deer, you know, Deer, he's a lot of fun to watch as well. The thing is I feel that Deer gets a little bit overshadowed by players, you know, like of the likes of Stats or Showtime, but he is still an absolute force to be reckoned with the Protoss pieces, and we're going to see what he decides to do. He's going up against a very good opponent in herO, though, so that should make this very interesting. And so we're starting to see a little bit of a change up in the build order. It looks like herO's going to go for that Stargate, whereas on the opposite side of the map, we're going to see Deer. He's going to go ahead and get that Warp Gate research, which as well as, you know, herO's doing the same. But we're going to see Stalker is going to be coming out as well. It looked like the Sentry must have gotten canceled. Or no, it did not. The Sentry is still out. So there was a Sentry as well as a Stalker out of Deer's gateways. So it does look like we are going to see double Adepts moving towards Deer's side of the map. We are going to see the natural Nexus go down for herO. In early stages so far, nothing terribly out of the ordinary. Little bit of some differences in build orders, but both players playing a pretty standard macro-focused game, at least in the early stages here. See 2 more Stalkers coming out for Deer. We're going to see a Phoenix coming out of the Stargate, and that's going to be followed up with more and more of these Phoenixes. So I like that decision-making, though. Deer is going to scout that there are Phoenixes now out on the map. So that was a nice scout for him. Warp Gate's going to be finishing up in less than 5 seconds for Deer. And so now it looks like, you know, herO wants to have the edge of, you know, kind of being the eye in the sky, and so to speak, and seeing exactly what's going on the opposite side of the map, because of course the Phoenixes are incredible when it comes to scouting information, seeing exactly what the opponent is doing. We are going to see the robotics facility, which herO is going to scout. The robotics facility is also going up for herO as well. So now we're starting to see kind of what both players are kind of deciding to do as we just now pass that 4-minute mark in the game. And we are going to see now the follow-up for herO is going to be none other than the Immortals out of the robotics facility. Looks like a Forge is being followed up now for Deer, so it looks like he's going to probably be going for those +1 upgrades here shortly for these ground-based units, as it looks like he's more so getting ground-based units than anything. So I like the way that this match is starting to kind of shape up here as we pass that 4.5-minute mark. We're going to see an Observer coming out of the robotics facility for Deer as well. So, like I said, this is a very interesting matchup. You know, when we talk about PvP, as I said, it's you know, every game of StarCraft 2 is like a massive, you know, chess match, right? It's all about how you react to what your opponent's doing, and, you know, kind of going with or kind of changing your build order depending on what the opponent's doing. So it should be interesting. We are going to see those +1 upgrades started for Deer out of the Forge, and then we're going to see the War Prism coming out for Hero. I wonder if Hero's planning a little bit of, getting aggressive here with a couple of these Immortals, some Immortal drops. We are going to see the Twilight Council being followed up here. The same can be said for Deer. Now, these Phoenixes are kind of all over the map right now. It does look like we are going to see that War Prism is going to be moving out now for Hero. It's going to be loaded with 2 Immortals, and we're going to have to kind of keep tabs on that as the 3rd Nexus is going down now for Deer. So, very interesting. This should get interesting extremely quickly, I would say. There are a lot of Stalkers and some Sentries out as well. I feel like Deer's in a pretty good position as he's getting more and more gateways, 4 to be exact. 5 are coming in, though, at the opposite side of the map for Hero. You can just kind of tell that both these players kind of, they know each other. They of course, know each other's, the builds that these players really tend to go for. And it does look like these Immortals are going to start trying to do a little bit of damage, and there's some beautiful pickups on those Zealots as these Immortals are trying to do a little bit of some damage. Beautiful play here so far by Hero. We are going to see more and more gateways being added on. But both these players, they of course, as I said, know each other. They watch each other's VODs before. They go through those replay packs and see what the other is accustomed to doing, when it comes to the PvP matchup. And they play each other many times, whether it's just in, just practices or, qualifiers, whatever it might be. These players kind of have a feel for one another. They just did, and that's what makes this such an interesting, StarCraft 2 such an interesting matchup. As we are seeing across the map, a lot of Adepts and some Sentries are going to be coming in. It looks like Hero wants to take an early edge in this series as he's moving across the map. Is there going to be enough here for Deer? I don't know. There is a massive warping coming in. There are a lot of Adepts. They're going to start shading up that ramp. Here we go. Those Immortals are going to be a lot of value as well, as those Adepts are going to move into the main base location. Hero is hitting in 2 bases at once. There are going to be, of course, Archons out at this point, but there's a lot of damage being dealt in the main base location. If he can take out a lot of these tech structures, that would be huge for Hero. Man, these Adepts, actually, the defense has been okay so far, though, for Deer. Is there a little bit of an overextension as once again the shading comes into the main base location? It looks like he is going to target fire down this pylon, which is powering so many of these tech structures. That is going to delay our Protoss player in blue quite a bit. Wow, it does look like once again we are going to see Hero now is going to fully commit, it looks like, as he is continuing the aggression in the main base location. The damage is being dealt right now, and wow, beautiful micro here by Hero. Deer's doing a pretty good job on the defensive side, but I just wonder if there's just a little bit too much of Hero here. GG is called, and Hero takes a quick 1-0 lead over his opponent. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Hero and Deer, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and I'll see you guys all in game number 2.